Hey guys, so today I'm going to do a little haul video, as you can see. Now, anyone who's watched this channel long enough will know I have an obsession with Heathers the musical, and I went to see it quite a few times while I was in London. Now, obviously when I went to the shows I also ended up buying merch, so I thought today I would do a little haul of the merch I bought when I went to see the shows. Now I'm going to split it up into the Haymarket and the other Palace, just because although merch was pretty much the same in both, there was more merch in Haymarket for obvious reasons. So let's get started. So obviously the first thing I bought, as anyone would buy at a show, is the programme. So this is the one from the other Palace. So you have obviously Heathers on the front, and then the back is the image which they used on all the advertising. And then flicking through it, you have a bit of history about Heathers, cast, the track list, information about the creatives, and just some information about the Palace. So what you typically expect from a programme. Now the next thing I bought on my first visit to the Palace was a notebook. Now once again you've got Heathers on the back and the advertising imagery with a quote from the show, which is "What's your damage?" Now if I flick through this, you'll see I have actually started using it. I've used it to just write little notes for the review videos I did earlier this year, and I am going to do an updated version. But yeah, it's a nice little notebook, it's handy and it fits in most of my bags. Now I don't know what I'm going to do with it once I finish my reviews, because I don't know if I'll use this for notes, but we'll see. But it's a nice little notebook and comes in handy when I need to plan these videos. So the next thing I got is a small thing, and I will give you a close-up. And if you go back and watch the last Disney vlog I did a couple of months ago, you'll see I have a little thing for pin badges. Now one of the merch items they had was a little pin badge, so it looks like a little prefect's badge, and it has 3 of the Heathers colours, well 4 if you can count the gold as yellow, but yeah, just a nice little badge, and it was something I wore on like my denim jacket when I went out back in September, and it's just a nice little, more subtle item that's quite nice to wear around. So the last thing I bought while the show was still at the other Palace was the playtext for the show. Now, as you expect from playtext, it has, well, this one has the cast list in it, has a description of the characters, as well as all the lines and the songs. Well, it's up to date as for when I bought it. By the time it moved to the Haymarket, a new scene had been added and new songs had been another new song had been added, well, which I talked about in my review, which was I Say No. Now those aren't featured in here. I think an updated play script was sold again in the Haymarket, but obviously that sold out pretty quick, so I wasn't able to get my hands on that one. But yeah, it's nice to have, and like I said, because there's no recording of the show, it's nice to go back and just read through it and remember the show. So next we'll move on to the stuff I bought while the show was at the Haymarket. Now I think this is all I bought. I swear I bought something else, but I can't seem to remember what it was. But we'll go, so for 2 of these things they do have quotes from the show on. Now because the show is now ended, I will give you context and spoilers for the show, because like I said, the show is now ended, so they're no longer spoilers. So the first thing I got, I did get the programme, but I'll talk about that in a minute, was a baseball cap. It's black with obviously Heathers the musical written in red on the front. Then on the back it has a line from the show which is "Draw Match." Now the context of the show for this line is Veronica and the Heathers are at Veronica's house, they're playing croquet, and Heather Chandler says to Veronica, "God, Veronica, draw much," in reference to Veronica's reaction to the new kid JD, who she obviously has a crush on. So Chandler's kind of teasing Veronica about how she reacted to JD. So the next thing I bought, now I'm going to give you a little thing. I quite like tea. If you've watched this channel, I quite like tea, and obviously you need mugs to drink that in, so I have a reasonable collection of mugs. So when I saw that one of the merch items was actually a mug for the show, obviously I was going to buy it. So here we have it. So it's once again a little black mug with Heathers written across it. In the back is a line from the show. Now I'll give you a bit of context for the line first. So during the party scene during the show, the Heathers want to play a prank on Martha. Now Veronica stops them, and Heather Chandler then threatens Veronica to make her life miserable come Monday morning. During the argument, Veronica ends up throwing up over Heather Chandler. Heather Chandler then screams and says, "I raised you up from nothing, and how do I get repaid in puke?" To which Veronica replies with the line, "Lick it up, baby, lick it up." Now, this was a line that was in the original movie and was obviously transferred over to the show and is kind of one of the cult lines for the franchise. But yeah, so this line got quite a loud cheer every night when it got said. And yeah, it's a quote I actually liked from the show. And it's quite a nice little mug, so I'm quite glad that it's on the mug. And like I said, this mug is going to get quite a lot of use over the next, well, it's going to get a lot of use. So the last thing I bought during the Haymarket was actually the programme. As you can see, it's the standard imagery, advertising imagery, but this time with the actual cast members in the poses. And then the front is the Westonbirt High logo with the class of 1989, which is when the show was set. And as you can see, I was lucky enough to actually get the entire cast to sign it on closing night. It also came with this little pull-out, which just has information on the creative team and the cast in the shows, as well as the list of songs. However, it's the inside of the programme I actually like the most, apart from the signatures obviously. During the end of the run in the other palace, they actually had a team of photographers come in and photograph the cast during acting out various scenes during the show, and then those photographs were then put in this programme. So like you have the three Heathers there, you have Curtin and Ram, we flick to another page, we have Veronica and JD during Dead Girl Walking, we have the entire cast during My Dead Gay Son. So yeah, it's really professionally done photographs to go along with like various scenes during the show, and it's a nice little keepsake and memory of the show, I find, and it's quite nice to look back through. There's also another page, bear with me as I try to find it. There's also this 2-page spread which is information about major world events that actually happened during 1989. Like the top grossing film was Batman, it was the first episode of The Simpsons, what else have we got? The Game Boy, Nintendo Game Boy was released in 1989 apparently, which I didn't know. But yeah, it's nice little information about that year and gives you a bit more context I suppose to the show. But yeah, this is probably one of my favourite souvenirs that I bought, and like I said, it is nice to have all the cast signatures because nice little memento for the show. Now, souvenir wise, I did, if you watched my last vlog for Heathers, I did also get scrunchies that they threw back into the audience, but I'm filming this about 2 weeks later and I can't actually remember where I put them. They are probably in my room somewhere, I just haven't had a chance to look for them before shooting this video. So yeah, so that's the end of this little haul, so you can see all the merch. There was a lot more merch available in this, but a lot of it was like t-shirts and that I just wasn't interested in. Yeah, so I'm quite happy with what I got. I do plan to do at least one more Heathers video, possibly 2. I want to do an updated review video, more just to say like what changes, because there were a couple of changes between the other palace and the Haymarket, so just talk about them. I also want to do a video on the last day of Heathers, because if you watch my vlogs from then, I did go to see the last 2 shows, so I just want to talk through what happened during those shows and yeah, about the day in general. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video and I will see you guys next time.